I need to show you this for deeper understanding of what I was trying to explain earlier. So this is the edge of the pocket bag, and this is a male celestial garment popularly called brother Sutana. So instead of holding this together on the waistline, you can see there is no joining in between the garments. The upper part and lower part are both cut together. So, and because of this, you cannot run a stitch on this in order to hold it down. It will disfigure the appearance of the garment on the right side. So instead of running the stitches as I did here all through, so we just come to the edge of the pocket bag, which is the folded side. Hello everyone, thank you once again for joining me on this platform where I dish out a well-detailed and exclusive training on male and female fashion using pattern drafting method. And if this is your first time of watching my video, welcome to Reggie School of Fashion. In today's video, I will be showing you how to make a straight side pocket which can be attached to a native trousers, buobuo dress, sutana, celestial garment, kafatan, and senator wear. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and also like this video so that YouTube algorithm can like it too and show it to more people like you. Without further delay, let's set the ball rolling. These are the pieces I will be using in constructing a straight side pocket. Firstly, the pocket bag. So this is a pocket bag, and this is going to serve as the front and back pieces. So these pieces can be your trouser panels or your skirt panel, and it can also be a dress. It can be a straight dress like buobuo dress, kaftan dress. So this is one piece. So this is how we usually have it after cutting out your fabric. You will have the front piece and you have the back piece. So I will be making use of these two pieces as the front and back pieces. So this is the right side, this is the wrong side, this is the wrong side, this is the right side. And for the pocket bag, I will be making use of the shiny side as the right side, and the door side will be the wrong side, which I will be chalking out, because wrong and right side is very important when attaching your pockets. So this is the wrong side, which I chalked, and this is the wrong side as well. Let's start with the pocket bag. The standard measurement using a cutting out pocket bag is 7 inches by 14 inches when it is on fold. From the folded side, this is my fabric. When you fold your fabric into two like so, so from the folded side you will have 7 inches. So that is the width, and for the length is 14 inches. So which means if you open up your fabric like so, you will have it as 14 inches by 14 inches. 14 inches width and 14 inches length. So by the time you fold into two, you will have it as 7 inches by 14 inches. So that is what I will be cutting out on my pocket bag. For the width, I will measure 7 inches. This 7 inches is a standard measurement. If you don't want your pocket to be as wide as this, you can reduce it by 1 inch or 0.5. So which means instead of 7 inches, you can measure 6 inches or 6.5 inches. But for the sake of this tutorial, I will be making use of the standard measurement. So this is 7 inches point. Then I will take the length measurement of 14 inches. So the length measurement as well can be reduced to 13 inches or 12 inches if you don't want the pocket to be too deep. So I'll be making use of 13 inches for the length of the pocket. Then I will cut out the pocket bag. So I'm tidying up the upper part of my pocket bag. Okay, the pocket bag is ready. As you can see, I iron it hard so that the folded side will be neat and flat. So this is how your pocket bag should look like. Either you are attaching it to a native trousers, you are attaching it to buobuo dress, kaftan, senator wear, or celestial garment. So these are the two pieces I will be attaching my pocket to. So one is for the front and the other one is for the back. So these two pieces can be your trousers pieces, or your buobuo dress pieces, or your skirt pieces. Most especially if you're attaching this pocket to a celestial garment known as Sutana. One is going to be your front pieces for the skirt, and the second one will be the back pieces for the skirt. Lest I forget, if you would like to learn how to make a celestial garment, popularly known as Sutana, I have a full and well-detailed tutorial on how to make a celestial garment from cutting to sewing, and also the cap, how to make a standing celestial cap. So the link to the videos will be available in the description box under this video. In attaching the pocket bag to my panels, I will be taking the back panel aside like so. Firstly, I'll work with the front panel. So this is my front panel, so let me label it as front, F. So that F means front. And on the back panel, I will label this as B. So I will open up my pocket bag. So one thing you need to put in mind is your pocket bag is coming towards the wrong side of your pieces. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. So after attaching the pocket, I will have it like so. The pocket bag will be on the front panel and it's going to be on the wrong side. So I will open it up, then position it right side facing the right side. So this edge, which is the beginning of the fabric, is the waist level. So this is the waistline. Then I will make sure my pocket bag align with the waistline. So this is very important, most especially if you're attaching your pocket to celestial garment, so that after joining the skirt and the bodies together, the edges of your pocket bag will not be showing outside. So this will save the edges of the pocket bag. So let the edges of the pocket bag align with the waist level, so or the waistline, like so. And the standard measurement for pocket opening is 7 inches. The pocket opening is where the ant goes into the pocket to pick or to keep something inside. So that is what we call the pocket opening. So I'll be taking the measurement from the waist level. The standard measurement for pocket opening, as I said earlier, is 7 inches. But if you don't want to use up to 7 inches, or you notice your clients or whosoever you are sewing for has a small ant, you can decide to reduce the measurement to 6 inches or 6.5 inches. But with 7 inches, you are good with any size of hand. So don't forget your seam allowance on the waist level, because you'll be attaching the skirt part to the upper bodies, or your trousers to wherever you are attaching it to, or maybe you're attaching band. So just have it at the back of your mind that you will have added your seam allowance on the waist level. So I'll be marking the seam allowance out first, which is 0.5 inches. So from that 0.5 inches, I will start taking the pocket opening measurement, which I will be using 6 inches. because I don't want it to be too wide. 6 inches. The standard measurement again is 7 inches. Then I'll be pinning the two together and stitch with half of the seam allowance I have on the panels. So let's assume on this panel I have 1 inch as the seam allowance. This portion on this panel, this is the side of the skirt or trouser. This is the side. So this is the side seam. This is where the back and the front will be joined together by the side. So I want to believe by the side you will have up to like 1 inch or 0.5. So whatever you have as your seam allowance, you will be using half of that measurement to stitch the pocket bag to the panel. So if you use half of this measurement, the edges of your pocket bag will not be visible outside your garments or your trousers or your buobuo. But if you use the exact measurement, it will be showing. Most especially if you are trying to manage your fabric, you want to use a different fabric as your pocket bag. So this will help you in order for this not to be obvious that you use a different fabric. So it will stay inside the pocket. So let's assume I have 1 inch as my seam allowance by the side. So I will be using 0.5. If we have 0.5, you will use 0.25. That is 1/4 of an inch. Okay. Then I will stitch from the waist level up to the 7 inches point. So after stitching, I will be flipping this to the wrong side. Can you see what I have? Like so. Another thing I need to ship in, which is very important, and you have to pay a closer attention to this, most especially if you are attaching your pocket to a celestial garment. It is the issue of right and left side. If you are attaching your pocket to a celestial garment, the pocket is usually on the right side. So when you are positioning your pocket bag, so you have to position it in such a way the right side of your pocket bag would be the one showing inside the pocket. So which means if you put your hand inside the pocket, what you will be seeing inside is the right side of the fabric and not the wrong side. So just put this in mind. When you are about to attach it, you will know how to position it. If you position your pocket bag like so and you flip it over, this is the right side. When I fold this over like so, the wrong side, the back panel will be on it, which I will be attaching. So this is the right side of my fabric. So this is what I have inside as a pocket. So if you position yours and it's not giving you the right side, there is no issue. All you need to do is just remove the pocket bag and reposition. You can flip it over, reposition it. So you keep on repositioning until you get the desired result. Now I'm on my straight sewing machine, ready to stitch the pocket together with the panels. So I'll be stitching from the waistline, as I said earlier, using the 0.5 inches seam allowance I marked out. So when I get to the pocket opening point, I will stop. So I decided to use a white thread so that this will contrast the fabric. It will help you to see it clearly. So when making yours, make sure you use the matching thread. So this is what I have. Okay, so this is going to the wrong side like so. Then I will top stitch on the pocket bag. So the top stitching is to stabilize the seam allowance inside the pocket bag. So when I get to the pocket opening point, I'll stop. Okay. So this is what I have after stitching. This is the right side of my skirt and this is the right side of my pocket bag. Then I'll flip this over to the wrong side. Then give it a good press. Before you continue, give it a press, and I will be extending this with my 1 inch. So which means, don't forget I said I have 1 seam allowance on my panel and I use 0.5 out of it to attach the pocket. So which means from this point forward I will have up to 0.5. So I will push this forward until I have my 0.5. So can you see? So on the right side of my skirt, this is how it will look like. So this purple will not show at all. So if you are using different fabric for your pocket bag, it will help in saving it inside, so it will not be obvious. So by the time I ironed, so which means when I'm joining the remaining side of the front and back together, I will still have my 1 inch laying flat, no folding at all. Can you see? Like so. So this is coming forward and this is going to be the center of the pocket, which means the wrong side of the pocket is what will lay on the wrong side of the panel. So this is the inside of the pocket, which is the right side of my pocket bag. So I'll position this in such a way I will have 0.5 inches outward, like so. Then I'll pick the back panel. This is the back panel. The right side of the back panel, sorry, I'm flipping this also to the right side. This is the front panel. So the right side of the front panel facing the right side of the back panel. Then I will pick this, the edges to align with the pocket bag edges, like so, and I will stitch with the same 0.5 of seam allowance. Now I've positioned my fabric and I'm ready to stitch. As I said earlier, make sure you push your front opening inward. Look at mine. You can see it's far away from the pocket edges. So don't stitch the two together so that you don't close up the opening of the pocket. So I use the same measurements of pocket opening I use on the front panel. So make sure the two are equal so that you don't have issue when joining the remaining parts of the sides together. I use 6 inches for the front, so I'm using the same 6 inches for the back as the pocket opening. So I will stop on the pocket opening point, lock my stitches. So please don't forget to overlock your stitches when sewing, before and after sewing. So now I will be applying a top stitch on this as well, making sure my seam allowance is facing towards the pocket bag. Then I will stop on the pocket opening point. Okay. So we are almost done. This is like 50% ready. So after joining, you should have something like this: the front panel, the back panel, and the pocket bag in between the two, like so. Then I will be aligning it right side facing the right side. So just like when you are joining the sides of the front and back together, so the alignment is right side of the front panel facing the right side of the back panel. Now I will be working on the lower part of the pocket bag. As you can see, it is open, it has to be closed, and because of that I will be flipping this over like so. So this is wrong side facing the wrong side. So when you are aligning yours and it is not the wrong side facing the wrong side, that means from the beginning you have positioned your pocket bag in the wrong way, and at the end of the day the wrong side of your pocket bag will be the one showing inside the pocket. But if your alignment gives you the wrong side of the pocket bag facing the wrong side, so which means with the alignment the right side of your pocket bag would be the one showing inside the pocket. So I will align it, making sure the 2 points of the pocket opening align like so. Can you see what I have? Then I will secure the point together with my sewing pin. Okay, now I want the lower part of the pocket bag to have a curvy effect, and because of this I'll come to the side of the pocket. This is the opening side, this is the folded side. On the opening side I will come up by 2 inches, the 2 inches, then I will curve it to the edge of the folded side. So I will leave like 0.5 inches upward so that it is not too close to the edge. So I will measure like 0.5 upward. Now I will be connecting the 2 points together using my curve ruler. As this will give the lower part of the pocket bag a curvy effect. Okay, so I will be stitching along this line. So after stitching, then I will trim off the excess I have. You can see this is too much, so I will trim it down. So I will be leaving like 0.5 seam allowance downward. You see? Okay. Then I will open it up and apply a top stitch. At this point I will remove the pin I used in pinning together. So this will allow me to be able to open up the pocket bag. Now I will be applying a top stitch on the lower part of my pocket bag on the seam allowance. So this is to secure the seam from being ripped off. Now I'm applying the top stitch. I stop the top stitching when I'm about to get to the angle or the folded side of the pocket bag, because it is a corner, so it is not necessary you run your top stitching up to that point. Okay, the pocket is already coming out well. Can you see? So this is the wrong side of the pocket bag. You can see how neat and beautiful it looks. Can you see? And this is the inside. The inside. Now I will be joining the two pieces together. So this is the front and the back, right side facing the right side. These pieces can be your celestial garment, it can be your male native trousers, it can be your kaftan, and it can be your buobuo or senator wear. So I'm taking this right side facing the right side. As you can see, my pocket also is right side facing the right side. And now this point is very important. Your front and the back panel have to be indicated. Okay, this is the back and this is the front. So the pocket bag will be on the wrong side of the front panel. So I'll be bringing out this point, making sure the points come out well, and with the help of my scissors I will do that. So the pocket is laying on the wrong side of the front panel. The front panel, like so. Can you see what I have here? So while trying to join the sides together, look at this. There is a bulge, like fabric squeezing up around here. So what I need to do is just to apply a notch. So I'll come to the pocket opening point where the opening stops, then apply a notch. So this notch will stop the fabric from folding or squeezing together. Can you see? Same thing on the other side. So notching means cutting a little. You don't cut all through. Just cutting a little. So I'm cutting about the half of an inch, which I use in attaching the pocket. Okay. So then I will go back to the original positioning of the fabric, which is the right side, facing the right side, and the pocket bag laying on the wrong side of the front panel, like so. And firstly, I will be aligning the waist level together with the edges of the pocket bag. This has to be done neatly. Okay, so this is also applied on the pocket of a male celestial garment. So now I will be stitching the side like so, downward a little. I'm not going that far because of our time. So I marked out my seam allowance of 1 inch, and I'm starting from the pocket opening point, so which is a notched point. So, and I will move this gently towards the 1 inch point I have here. Okay. So and I'll stop here. This is the front panel and this is the back panel. The pocket bag is laying on the front panel. As you can see, the side of the pocket is still opened, so I will be taking this as well and stitch. So I will be stitching very close to the seam I have earlier, which is the 1 inch. Then I'll bring it up and stop on the notched point, which is here. Okay, so I will open this up, the front and the back, like so, then hold the pocket bag and the front panel together. So you have to arrange your pocket opening neatly. Make sure what you have here as a covering for the pocket bag is up to 0.5. Can you see? This is the pocket opening. Even when you are looking at the garment or wherever you are constructing from afar, you won't notice there is any opening around the side, so you will not notice it. So I will be stitching the waist level together in order to join the pocket bag with the front panel. This is for the front panel alone, only the front panel. You can see I've put the back panel outside. Okay, so when I'm stitching this, I will not use the whole of my seam allowance I have on the waist level. So I will use half of it, or 1/8 of an inch. I'm not using the whole of 0.5 I have as my seam allowance on the waistline. I'm using half of it. Or you can even move it closer as much as possible to the edges. Okay. So this will make the inside of your panels to be neat. Whatever you are constructing, either skirt, trousers, celestial garments for male and female, it will make it look neat and beautiful. And also, when you are attaching this together with the upper bodies, the pocket back will not escape from being joined together. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. Can you see? So after giving it a good press, I will make sure this cover up the pocket bag I have inside, like so. Very neat and beautiful. And in case you are attaching your pocket to a male celestial garment, popularly called brother sutana, instead of running its stitches on the waistline, you know there is no joining in between, we have it as a straight from shoulder to the hemline. So you will not run a straight stitch like so. All you need to do is come to the edge of this opening. So your stitches are going to be a very little one, just on this edge. So the stitches will go like this, like so, up and down, up and down, up and down, like 3 to 4 times. So that is how you will have it. I need to show you this for deeper understanding of what I was trying to explain earlier. So this is the edge of the pocket bag, and this is a male celestial garment, popularly called brother sutana. So instead of holding this together on the waistline, you can see there is no joining in between the garments. The upper part and lower part are both cut together. So, and because of this, you cannot run a stitch on this in order to hold it down. It will disfigure the appearance of the garment on the right side. So instead of running the stitches as I did here all through, so we just come to the edge of the pocket bag, which is the folded side. The folded side. So you run your stitch up, then up, down, up, down, up, down, like 2 to 3 or 4 times in order to hold or to stabilize the pocket back to a position. Also, the upper part of the pocket opening has to be finished the same way you finish the lower part. Can you see? So that you will not have a rough edges on the pocket bag. But because this is already going inward after joining the upper part together with the lower part, so we have to leave it like so. So the same rule is also applied if you are making a buobuo dress. So which means, you know, your buobuo dress is a straight cut from shoulder to the hemline. So you use the same method I'm talking about now if you are making a kaftan, and if you are making a male native shirt. If you are attaching a pocket, this type of pocket, a straight side pocket, to a male native shirt, you apply the same method. So apart from this particular point I just mentioned, every other steps remain the same. Thanks so much guys for watching this video on how to make a straight side pocket which can be applied on senator wear, male native trousers, male native shirt, kaftan, buobuo, senator wear, celestial garment for male and female. I want to believe you've gotten value from today's tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, so that you won't miss out anytime I drop a new video. Till we meet in my next video, always remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.